Jet ski fishing enthusiasts in Australia now have the choice of another turnkey solution ready to go straight off the showroom floor. Following the success of the Sea-Doo Fish Pro series, which now extends to 3 models, Scout, Sport and Trophy, Yamaha WaveRunner has finally launched its take on the jet ski fishing theme. Meet the 2023 Yamaha FX HO JetFish edition, based on the popular Yamaha FX HO WaveRunner, but with a load of unique factory-backed accessories available as a complete package. In this video, we will cover price, features, the pros and cons, and tell you what it's like to ride. Let's get started. More than a decade in the making, Yamaha Australia has finally received backing from Japan and the US to introduce a jet ski decked out for fishing. It's called the Yamaha FX HO JetFish and is intended as a rival to the Sea-Doo Fish Pro series. While the special edition utilises a range of genuine Yamaha accessories unveiled in the US 2 years ago, the Yamaha FX HO JetFish will initially be sold in Australia and New Zealand. If successful, the JetFish may also be offered by Yamaha in North America. For now, Australia and New Zealand are the test markets ahead of a possible global rollout. In Australia, the JetFish is priced from $27,899 excluding trailer and registration, about $3,300 more than the $24,599 Yamaha FX HO WaveRunner on which it's based. In US dollars, the price equates to about $18,500 using the exchange rates when this video was published. The Yamaha FX HO JetFish edition is powered by a non-supercharged 1.8 litre 4-cylinder engine estimated to produce about 180 horsepower, though Yamaha does not make performance claims for its WaveRunners. For now, Yamaha says there are no plans to make the JetFish kit available to other related models such as the FX HO Cruiser with tiered seating or supercharged FX SVHO variants. However, representatives for Yamaha Australia told Watercraft Zone they haven't ruled out the possibility of expanding the JetFish range at a later date. When it launched in Australia in the second half of 2023, a limited number of JetFish editions were initially available at 3 Yamaha WaveRunner dealers: Gold Coast WaveRunners in Queensland, Sydney Watercraft Centre in New South Wales, and Diptech Performance in Victoria. The rest of the Yamaha WaveRunner network in Australia is expected to offer the JetFish once the 2024 Yamaha FX HO goes on sale locally. Rather than being a factory-built craft, as is the case with the Sea-Doo Fish Pro series, the JetFish kits are assembled by Yamaha WaveRunner dealers before customers take delivery. The kit includes a Garmin navigation unit with a fish finder, depth finder and water temperature sensor, a 45-litre Engel cooler box, measurements on the cooler box lid to check fish length, 4 fishing rod holders attached to the cooler box frame, a Yamaha Rec Deck rear platform extension, a retractable boarding ladder, and unique JetFish decals. The entire kit adds 50 kilograms to the weight of the Yamaha FX HO, which means the maximum load capacity of JetFish equipped models is reduced from 240 kilograms to 190 kilograms. Customers who already own a Yamaha FX model from 2019 onwards can opt to assemble their own JetFish kit. However, the accessories are more expensive when sold separately. The most cost-effective way to build a JetFish kit is to tick the option box when ordering the Yamaha FX HO as new. In Australia, the factory warranty is 2 years, with a 3rd year applied to WaveRunners serviced by authorised Yamaha dealers. This compares to 2-year coverage for Sea-Doo and 5-year coverage for Kawasaki jet skis in Australia. In the US, the Yamaha is only covered by a 1-year warranty. After the initial 10-hour inspection, service intervals are listed at 100 hours or 12 months, whichever comes first. Though some dealers recommend routine maintenance such as an oil and filter change every 50 hours or 6 months before and after the riding season. Yamaha dealers canvassed by Watercraft Zone quote $350 to $450 for routine maintenance versus $550 plus for equivalent Sea-Doo models. What's it like to ride? Despite the extra 50 kilograms on the back, the JetFish has the same attributes that make the Yamaha FX HO a favourite among ocean riders. The handlebars are height adjustable, which is helpful if you prefer to ride standing up, and they lock into position securely with a pull of a lever. The hull is excellent at cutting through chop, though it is a wetter ride compared to Sea-Doo. Yamaha put a deeper cut into the ride plate of the FX HO on 2022 models onwards. This change, as well as moving the sponsons forward, brings up the nose to deliver a higher top speed. As a result of these changes, the 2022 and 2023 versions of the 1.8 litre Yamaha FX HO now hit just shy of 60 miles an hour or 100 kilometers an hour in smooth conditions, compared to the 2019 to 2021 models, which tapped out at about 55 miles an hour or 90 kilometers an hour. One downside of lifting the nose, the front end now tends to bounce around a little more when the going gets rough. As we've noted in previous tests, we'd be keen to see what the 2023 FX HO is like with the flatter ride plate from the FX SVHO. We reckon it would bring the nose down slightly and help it carve through the water a little better, even if it came at the expense of top speed. Of course, you can adjust the trim to bring the nose down, but it's all relative. As the fuel load gets lighter, the nose tends to move around more. On balance though, the Yamaha FX is one of the most stable and most predictable craft in the full-size 3-seater jet ski segment, which makes it a great platform to fish from. It's also hugely practical, with a massive 17-litre glove box with a 12-volt power socket, a USB charging port, as well as a rubber sleeve to hold a mobile phone in place. Bow storage in the Yamaha FX, an incredible 130 litres, is now the biggest in the jet ski market, after Kawasaki reduced its bow storage on the latest Ultra series. Combined with the 11-litre wet storage area at the rear of the craft and the 9-litre removable waterproof container under the rear seat, the Yamaha FX HO has a class-leading total of 167 litres of storage space. And that's before you include the 45-litre cooler box on the back to store the fishing catch or cool drinks. The 2023 Yamaha FX HO comes with a 5-inch touchscreen which displays vessel speed and ride modes. It's worth noting all FX models from 2024 onwards come with 7-inch touchscreens. The speedometer is GPS based for better accuracy, and there are 5 trim settings to adjust the height of the nose, including a neutral setting in the middle. Fuel gauge accuracy has been problematic on the FX since Yamaha switched to a new screen in 2022. The low fuel warning buzzer activated way too early, even though the 70-litre tank was more than half full, and the trip meter would wipe its fuel consumption data whenever the engine was switched off. These two problems combined made it next to impossible to accurately gauge fuel use on a long day on the water. If riders continued to ignore the low fuel warning buzzer, or as was the case with some owners, they disconnected it, they could be left without enough fuel to make it back to shore. And without accurate fuel use by the litre on the trip computer, it was hard to know how much fuel the craft had consumed as the rider stops and starts along the way. However, as this video was in the final stages of editing, Yamaha introduced a fix that meant the low fuel buzzer comes on later, when the tank dips below half, and the fuel use trip meter no longer clears its data when the engine is switched off. Although this is a step in the right direction, early tests by owners who had the software upgrade completed under warranty said the low fuel warning buzzer still activates too early, and the buzzer cannot be muted manually, only when the craft is idling or being used at low speed. So it seems Yamaha still has some work to do. Hopefully the 2024 Yamaha FX models have all the glitches addressed properly. Meantime, other cool features with the Yamaha FX HO, Bluetooth phone connectivity to take and receive calls, including tiny external microphones on the centre console and factory-fitted speakers in front of the footwells, standard in Australia and optional in the US. The instrument panel can also be embedded with more detailed maps. However, early examples of embedded maps we've seen have not been accurate and showed the craft being operated on land, so room for improvement there too. Fortunately, Yamaha has been more successful with the JetFish accessories. The 45-litre cooler box has secure tabs to make sure the lid doesn't fly open when on the move. There is a soft pad on the lid to use as a cutting surface, and large measurements to check the length of the catch to make sure it's legal. 4 fishing rod holders are attached to the cooler box frame, and there's a really clever retractable boarding ladder, which extends and stows in a matter of seconds once you're stopped. A sign of Yamaha's attention to detail, the visibility spout has been relocated given the large bolt-on recreational platform covers the usual spout location on the rear deck. The navigation unit and fish finder is a Garmin EchoMap UHD 65CV. It's the same unit fitted to the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Scout and Fish Pro Sport. Frustratingly, this is not a touchscreen, and instead the functions are controlled via touchpad buttons, which are slow and cumbersome to use. Here's hoping the 2024 version of the Yamaha FX HO JetFish edition comes with the newer and larger touchscreen found on the flagship Sea-Doo Fish Pro trophy. The Garmin GT24 UHD transducer, which is a fish finder, depth finder and water temperature sensor, is mounted externally, so you need to take care not to bump it in shallow water or when cleaning the ski while it's on the trailer. Although it's on a pivot mount, it is easy to dislodge or skew. Climbing onto the back of the Yamaha JetFish from the water is more difficult than it is on the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Sport or Trophy, even with the retractable ladder, because the cooler box and rear deck are much higher, so it pays to be patient. That said, it's still a great call from Yamaha to finally join the booming jet ski fishing segment. So to sum up, the good points are nimble, accurate handling for a full-size ski, the hull cuts through chop well, the craft is stable at idle, which makes it great to fish from, the Bluetooth connectivity works well when you're stopped and in phone range, and the engine has class-leading performance for a non-supercharged full-size jet ski. Downsides? Yamaha still has work to do on the low fuel warning buzzer and needs to find a way for riders to mute it at the press of a button as you could before. The optional embedded maps in the instrument cluster are hit and miss, even though they cost in excess of $600 in Australia. The wide seat design and exposed stitching can chafe your legs when sitting or standing, unless you're wearing long wetsuit pants. To access the large storage compartment in the bow, you need to lean precariously over the handlebars. Removing the Yamaha's cooler box and its frame is a time-consuming and complicated process, especially compared to the cooler box on the Sea-Doo Fish Pro, which can be removed in a matter of seconds via a couple of tabs. And finally, the fuel filler cap on the nose makes it hard to refuel the Yamaha on the water. On balance though, the Yamaha FX HO JetFish is a welcome addition to the personal watercraft market. We reckon Yamaha is onto a real winner here. It finally gives jet ski fishing enthusiasts a genuine alternative to Sea-Doo right off the showroom floor. And anything that broadens the appeal of jet skis and brings more people into the sport is a great thing in our books. To read the full review and to check out all the latest news, head over to watercraftzone.com.au. In the meantime, if you want to see how the 2023 Yamaha FX HO JetFish edition compares to the 2023 Sea-Doo Fish Pro Trophy in our exclusive head-to-head test, including VBOX performance times for both models, click the link on your screen now. As always, please hit like if you've enjoyed this video, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so we can grow our jet ski community. Thanks for watching.